I don't know if I told you this. My old job, I had to do cold calls in like South Bronx apartments. And
Cold calls or cold hellos?
well, that's what it's called, a cold call, when you just go and you knock on the door.
Oh.
And
You were cold knocking.
cold call, that's what it's called.
Okay.
Crazy. I one time for a case I had, they were like, call the police department, see if you can get any info on the apartment building before you go do a cold call. And I called the local precinct, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna go do a cold call, and he goes, don't.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like, what do you mean? He goes, don't go start knocking on doors. And it was in the South Bronx.
Yeah.
And I was like, why?
Not a good part of New York, by the way.
Not very, very not. And he's like, a lot of violence, a lot of gang activity, a lot of drug activity. Like, just don't. I'm like, don't do it.
Ooh.
Yeah. And I was like, okay. So I like called like the client for like the case, and I was just like, listen, they told me not to do it. I'm just like, you know. And it was a